Hello, imbibers. A very good evening, all of you children. Once again, we are here. Good evening, Ruchita. I hope you guys are doing really well. So once again, we are here with the another topic from your how do organisms reproduce, and today we're going to talk about the reproductive health. Yes, we have already discussed about the male reproductive system, female reproductive system, and we have also discussed about what happens when the egg is not fertilized. And today we're going to discuss about the reproductive health in details. And before that, let me introduce you to myself. I am Anam Khan. I'll be your biology expert for this session, and we're going to discuss all the amazing and interesting topics related to biology. And just like we have already completed your 3 chapters, yes, we have completed your 3 chapters. This is the last topic of the 3rd chapter, and soon we're going to start with the heredity. Yes, I'll try to finish your syllabus as soon as possible so that we can have lots of practice sessions, we can have lots of revision session. Yes, without wasting any time, let's start our today's session. And I request you children to please always come after attempting the pre-class activity, and after the session gets over, please do attempt your post-imbibe class assignment to know that whether you have understood the concept or not, and to basically have a clear understanding what is going to be taught in the class. Please, I request you to please always register for the upcoming classes. All your upcoming classes for this week have been already registered, so do not forget to register for the upcoming classes so that you never miss an update regarding the classes. Yes, so you can join the class live, because you know it's better to go for the live session, go for the interaction session lesson rather than going for the recording part. By if any chance you have missed the session, you couldn't attend the session, there's always past imbibe classes on your dashboard, which you can always watch whenever you have missed the class or whether you wanted to revise a particular concept. Yes, so please go and basically explore the Imbibe app. Yes. Hi everyone. Hi, good evening, Nitesh. Hi Nitesh, everyone. So let's start our today's topic. Let's see what we have to discuss today. So children, you know the chapter which is going on right now is the how do organisms reproduce, and the topics to be covered in today's session would be related to the reproductive health. All these particular topics have been already covered. All the particular concept related to these topics have been already covered, and if you have missed any session, I request you to go and explore the Imbibe app. All the sessions are there on the Imbibe dashboard. Yes, and you can come back and ask questions to me. I will answer all your questions. Yes. So children, next we have, yes, so today it's all about the reproductive health. We're going to discuss about these things. We're going to discuss about total reproductive health of a particular human. Yes, so we're going to discuss about how exactly, we're going to discuss about the mechanical barrier methods. Yes, we're going to discuss about the cervical cramps, diaphragms, hormone method, oral contraceptives, intrauterine devices, surgical vasectomy and tubectomy. We're going to discuss a typical introduction to everything, how basically reproductive health, just like any other health, mental health, digestive health, respiratory health, we also have to maintain the reproductive health. Yes. So children, today we're going to basically, before we start, you know what the ritual is. We have discussed about what happens when the egg is not fertilized. We have discussed about the menstrual cycle. Yes, in the previous session, if you have missed that session, you can go through it. We have a quick recap of what we have already studied. Okay. Yes, for asking question, please directly put up the question in the chat box. Don't keep on commenting, can I ask a question, can I ask a question. Just directly put a question over it. Whenever I see it, I will answer it. Okay, it's difficult for me to reply to everyone. Children, please just post your questions and I'll read it and reply. So children, we have discussed about the uterus, which is a part of a female reproductive system, and it protects and provides nutrition to the growing embryo and basically helps in the development of the growing embryo. Yes, and what happens when the egg is not fertilized? When the egg is not fertilized, it is being removed from the particular reproductive tract. Yes, and the inner lining of the uterus, which is the endometrium lining, which is also removed. Yes, the mucus, the tissue, the blood is being removed through the vaginal opening. Yes, so children, we have discussed about that in the previous session. And the cycle lasts for about 28 days to 30 days. So let's start at today's session without wasting any time, which is the reproductive health. The very first thing, talking about the reproductive health, children, ignorance and misconceptions about the contraceptives are very common among the people around the world. As you know, children, as a rising population of our country or any other country is always a great concern. Yes or no? Yes. So children, how to basically control it, and basically using the true and basically original purposes, basically the method to basically control the population. Yes, there are a lot of misconceptions, lot of ignorance related to the contraceptives, which is absolutely very necessary and basically taken under medical guidance. It's absolutely very important to consult your respective doctors regarding to it, because as you know, the rising population is a very big concern because of the demands also increasing, the need of the food is also increasing. Yes, the space, the need for everything is day by day increasing only. So to basically control that, to have this minimum population growth of the country in the required amount of time, it's absolutely necessary that they should be aware of their reproductive health and the particular measures that can be taken to control the population. Yes, so yes, we're going to discuss about that only. So as we move forward talking about the reproductive health, children, the myth and the contraceptives. Yes, what are the myth on the contraceptives, which is basically used to basically control the population? As we know, children, the contraceptives can be used cause abortion. Yes, of course, it is not possible. The contraceptives are only used to avoid the pregnancy, not to cause an abortion. Yes, so contraceptives can cause abortion is a proper myth. It is not true. It is just to prevent the unwanted pregnancy. Yes, so children, contraceptives can cause cancer. Absolutely not. This is not possible. Just like any other medicine for the headache, for your stomach aches, any other things which you basically needed for the cure, the contraceptives are basically used to avoid the unwanted implantations, the unwanted childbirth, which basically the mother health is not ready, the financially maybe they are not ready, maybe mentally they are not ready for it. So children, to avoid that, we can basically use the contraceptives, and it does not cause cancer. It's absolutely myth. It does not happen. It does not causes cancer. Yes. Next, knowledge of contraceptive will be spoil the young mind. No, everybody should be aware of the contraceptives. Nothing happens. Yes, knowledge of contraceptive is basically not spoiling your mind. It's going to get you aware of all the necessary steps in future to take to avoid any kind of a mishappening. So children, these are the myths basically related to the conception. It does not causes cancer. It does not lead to an abortion. It does not basically spoil the mind. It just for you to get educated regarding the whole reproductive health. Yes. Next, talking about the reproductive health, next we have, as we talk about the reproductive health, you know, yes, what can we do to prevent it? Sex related diseases. Yes, there are certain diseases which is absolutely related to the sex related diseases. We're going to basically do what we're going to do to prevent such kind of a contamination too, or getting into contamination of such diseases. Yes, yes, it basically helps in the nutrition of the growing embryo. So the only solution is to keep ourselves and our society aware about the reproductive health, is to prevent sex related diseases. Yes, to basically avoid having any kind of reproductive health related diseases. It's to make the particular people, the people around the society aware of such things. Yes, so what are the do's and don'ts of avoiding the any kind of a health, reproductive health related issues. Yes, the awareness in the society is absolutely very important. So children, as we talk about the reproductive health, what involves, how does the reproductive health involves, and what does it involve? It involves physical, mental, social well-being of person in all matters related to reproductive system and its functions and processes. There's nothing to be afraid of. It is just like another health. It's just like another mental health. It's just like other respiratory health, your stomach health, your digestive health, your nervous system health, your whole body health. The reproductive health also involves the physical, the mental, the social well-being of a person, and all the particular functioning of the reproductive system related to the functioning of the reproductive system and the processes it is involved in. Yes. So children, so what is reproductive health? Reproductive health involves the physical, the social, the mental well-being of a person, irrespective it's a female or a male. Yes, and how their particular reproductive function is working properly or not. Yes, so this is about the reproductive health. As we move forward talking more about the reproductive health, next we have, so children, the reproductive health also means the person should be have healthy, safe and hygienic practices. Yes, so person should basically have a very hygienic, a person should have a healthy, safe practices, and most effective method to attain safe and hygienic practices is to use contraceptives. Yes, so basically to have a healthy reproductive, to have a particular reproductive health, the use of contraceptives, the use of particular barriers to avoid any kind of mishappening is absolutely necessary. Yes, it is absolutely necessary to have a hygienic environment for the practices and to basically use the contraceptives in the right manner. It should be basically informed, educate them to basically use them in the right manner. As we move forward talking about it, so contraceptive methods to maintain reproductive health, let's discuss about each and every method. Let's discuss about the mechanical barrier method. As we discuss about the mechanical barrier method, a barrier, it is used to avoid the entry of the male gamete. Yes, what is a physical mechanical barrier methods? Mechanical barrier methods are such methods which is basically to avoid the fusion of gametes, to avoid the male gametes to go and fuse with the female egg cells. Yes, we can use the cervical caps, we can use the diaphragms, we can use the condoms, and these are all to prevent the unnecessary, unwanted childbirth. Yes, these are the mechanical barrier methods to prevent any kind of a, this also prevent the sexually transmitted diseases. Yes, as you know, the HIV, the AIDS are an absolutely very lethal sexually transmitted diseases which can cause us. There is no cure still now. So this is also helping in preventing such kind of a diseases. So mechanical barriers is also one such practices to avoid any kind of a mishappening. This is a mechanical barrier. As we go back, talk about the hormonal method. Let's talk about the hormonal method to avoid. This is an oral contraceptive, children. This is what is the oral contraceptive in the form of a pills. So after the level of a female hormones, they are basically used by the female, they have been consumed by the female to avoid the fusion of gamete, the fusion of male and the female gamete. So hormonal method is basically, it is consumed in the form of a pill. Yes, it's just an oral contraceptive. Let's go back and talk about the chemical method. What is the chemical method? Some chemicals known as spermicides are used. These chemicals kills the sperm. So yes, to avoid the necessary fusion, we can basically, the chemical method is also used by people. What happens, we can basically using the chemical method such as using the spermicide which kills the sperm, which kills the male gamete, which avoids the fusion of male and the female gamete. Next we have intrauterine devices. What we have intrauterine devices, effective and temporary method. Yes, the other methods are, yes, the effective method are just basically the diaphragms are basically placed inside the female reproductive tract to avoid the fusion of male and the female gamete. Simple. Yes. So children, effective and temporary method of contraception, which is intrauterine devices or IUT devices, prevents the entry of the male gamete from reaching the egg. Again, any contraceptive, any kind of a contraceptive, all the contraceptive typically to avoid the fusion of the gametes. Yes, it prevents the entry of the male gametes reaching the egg. Yes, so IUT devices, effective and temporary method to avoid the conception, to avoid the fusion of male and female gamete. Yes. Okay. So this is about the IUT devices. Next we have what? This is an IUT device. This is basically placed inside the female reproductive tract. As we go back, next we have surgical methods. Yes, next we have studied about the mechanical barrier method, we have studied about the hormonal method. Next, we also have studied about the chemical method, and next with the IUT devices. Then last is the surgical method. So children, what is the surgical method? Surgical method is the vasectomy and the tubectomy, which is another method, which is a permanent solution. Yes, which is basically the cutting of the vas deferens in the vasectomy and cutting the fallopian tubes, the attachments in the pubectomy. As you can see, the fallopian tubes are basically cut off and tied, and exactly same in the male reproductive system. The vasa deferens has been cut and tied. So there will be no formation of the male and the female gamete. There will be no fusion possible because there is no production only. So vasectomy and tubectomy are another surgical methods to avoid the conception, to basically maintain the reproductive health and avoid unnecessary childbirth. As we explore over here, so children, what of the following contraceptive is used by a male? Yes, what are these particular contraceptives which is basically used by a male? Come on, quickly answer this. Yes, this is the particular contraceptive which is being used by the males. Next, come on, what are the surgical and the IUT methods used to avoid the conception? Yes, just now we have studied about it. Come on, drag and drop the conceptions used for the surgical methods and the intrauterine devices. Yes. Okay, cervical cap, you know the cervix, which is the down opening of the uterus. That cap is basically used to cover that cervix area. Yes, and the diaphragm is basically going to cover the whole external opening. Yes, we're going to basically put inside the external opening. Yes, your vaginal opening. That is how it is basically placed over there. Come on, quickly answer this. Yes, the correct answer is surgical methods are vasectomy, tubectomy, intrauterine devices are copper T. Yes. So children, this brings to our end of this session. We were discussing about the reproductive health in detail and the methods of conception. Yes, all the particular classes or the particular upcoming classes have been already scheduled on your Embibe app. So do not forget to register for the upcoming classes. I want you to, all of you to be there. Yes, so children, reproductive health involves the physical, mental and social well-being, and it matters related to reproductive system, its function and processes. Reproductive health also means that the person should have a healthy, safe and hygienic practices. There are different contraceptive methods used to maintain reproductive health. Contraceptive used to maintain reproductive health are mechanical barriers, chemical method, intrauterine devices. Yes, so the upcoming classes are related to this only. We're going to have a detailed discussion of all the conceptions. So do not miss this session. Children, next we have So according to the World Health Organization, every year about 376 million sexually transmitted diseases are acquired. Imagine if the society, the people around us are absolutely aware of such things. Yes, so that so that they basically can avoid any kind of a sexually transmitted diseases to happen. So this is how the reproductive health is going to impact them, to make them aware about all such practices through which they can avoid any kind of a contamination, any kind of a diseases where they're caught by the unhealthy practices. So yes, we're going to basically discuss about all the conception method in detail in the upcoming classes. Yes. Yes. Yes, anything else? So children, as you know, what is this? This is the Embibe app. I want you to please just log in through your phone number or your email ID, or please just download it from the app store. See, we all go, generally we have a practice sessions, yes, where we basically solve a lot of questions over here. So when you are on the Embibe platform, it gives you an opportunity to answer through the Embibe app, which is not available on the YouTube. You can't answer through the YouTube. So please join us on the Embibe app, of course, not only for attempting the practice session, but also have a proper, we have a pre and the post class activities for every session. Before you come to the class, you always have a pre-class activities to attend, and after the session gets over, you have a past Embibe classes. Yes, past Embibe assignment, so that you know whether you have understood the concept or not. So please do join us on the Embibe app. This is how Embibe app looks like. You can log in through your phone number or email ID. You have a side button over here. Click on this, government school exam, any board you can select. Yes, your CBSE, SICE, ICSE, State Board, Cambridge Board, Foundation, IB, Talent and Scholarship Test, everything is there over here. As you click on the CBSE, you can select your respective class. Since you gone to class 10th standard, I have selected 10th, and you can also select your respective language. If people are comfortable in Hindi, they can select Hindi. If they are comfortable in English, they can select English. Okay, as we basically press done, you can see over here, you can just cross the home page button. As you go on the home page button, there is this written Embibe live classes. As you click on the Embibe live classes, just scroll down. This is me right now taking your class. This on the reproductive health. This is the upcoming classes of the maths, children, and this is the classes for the next 7 days. So children, next is the methods of birth control. Tomorrow we're going to basically discuss about this. What you have to do, you have to, yes, you have to basically register yourself for the upcoming classes and check out the pre-class activities. This is what I was talking about. Check out the pre-class activities, and after the session gets over, you get a past Embibe assignment. Yes, past Embibe activities. You can always register for the upcoming classes. As you can see, next we have discussed about sexually transmitted diseases, which is very basically causing the havoc all over the globe. And children, the surgical methods of birth control. Everything is basically there scheduled on your Embibe app. And these are the past Embibe classes. Whenever you have time, you can go through them so that you have a revision. Next, you can learn through this Embibe app. Yes, everything is there on this board. Every particular subject is there on this. You can always go through trending videos, books, videos with solution. You can practice so many questions respective books, and you can basically have your problem solved. Next, you can basically create your own test, and you can also attempt tests given by the Embibe experts. Yes. And the last we have Embibe Achieve. You can see how much progress you have made. Next we have Embibe, we have Embibe Lens app, where you can just scan the text and you basically will highlight all the keywords just like this is appearing over this, and it will show you everything in there 3D. You will have an amazing visual learning experience. So please go children and just download this app and explore this app. Just take your textbook, signed textbooks, it will have a scanner open. Just scan the text and everything, especially your biology, your physics, your chemistry, which is an amazing experiments and everything. And the last we have Telegram channel. So children, I request you to please just scan this particular barcode and join us on the Telegram channel so you never miss an update regarding the upcoming classes. Yes, we will meet again tomorrow with the another topic related to the reproductive health. Until then, please take care, keep imbibing. Bye bye.
Keep imbibing. We believe in you.